Could the narrative include excessive costs rather than revenue reduction that were above the amount budgeted for a construction contract? And this is a question related around qualifying under government orders. So I think what you need to keep in mind is, first, what's the government order? What's the restriction on your organization? Is it legally binding? And then the last piece is how do we make the argument that this is impacting our organization's ability to provide goods and services by at least 10%? And so when you have things like excess costs, that doesn't make that argument to me, right? Because things were more expensive. Doesn't translate into our ability to provide goods and services was impacted by more than 10%. So it tends to be more operational data is what you want to look at, like labor efficiency rates, time to completion. When you look at jobs where you had it, during the pandemic and then pre-pandemic, similar jobs, things like that. More like efficiency-based metrics is what you're going to be looking at rather than just pure, expense information, because we're trying to prove causality between the government order and then the operations inability to provide goods and services of that at least 10%. So it's a low threshold. So if you can't produce that somehow in operational data, I think you're not going to have very good grounds to, win that under inspection, because 10% is not a big threshold.